how do you quantify that? What do you mean? Like, what would you have to do to make that happen?
People need a break. You know, the HST, hydro bills going through the roof. Families are struggling to make ends meet. You throw the smart meter tax machines on top of that, it makes it even more difficult for families and seniors. The PCs have put a number of options out there on how to give families a break. It's on our website at haveyoursayontario.ca. Is it abolishing the HST on the basics like heat and hydro? Is it lowering the rate or an income tax reduction to give folks more money in their pockets? Bottom line is, families need relief and we'll deliver.
What are you going to cut to make it happen?
Well, you cut out the waste. And like we've seen $1 billion go down the drain of the e-health boondoggle. But I'll tell you where we'll start. These regional health bureaucracies called the LHINs. I mean, these are nothing more than a bloated layer of middle management that have taken healthcare dollars out of the system to pay people who don't spend a single minute with patients. It's $250 million to date. As Premier, I would close the doors on those LHINs and put every penny into healthcare for families instead.
So make those decisions centrally out of Toronto then?
I just believe these LHINs are nothing more than a bloated shield for the government to hide behind whenever it wants to move mental health beds out of North Bay or close down an ER like they did in my hometown in Fort Erie. People are paying money for the shield for the Premier to hide behind. I close the doors.
The MPP is saying, though, that the LHINs are effective because they pay for local people who are making local decisions, not some bureaucrat in Toronto. What do you say to her?
I don't think people buy that line anymore. These LHINs are massive, bloated health bureaucracies that have taken $250 million out of our healthcare system for people who don't spend a single minute with patients. They never do a surgery. They don't even plug in an MRI. I think they're a waste, and that's why a PC government would shut them down and put the money into frontline healthcare instead.
I don't hear any new message today, so is today just a campaign stop?
You know, I'm thrilled to be back here in North Bay with such a big crowd. I mean, you can see the energy of people that want to see change and that want to see Vic Fedeli as the next MPP. The guy had an outstanding record as mayor, I think one of the most successful mayors in North Bay's history. I think we want to see him at Queen's Park fighting for them each and every day.
I asked you last time you were here about cutting the HST on gas. Are you making a commitment today to doing that?
We put our options on our website, haveyoursayontario.ca, about how we can give families the break that they deserve and need. One of the options, you take the HST off, gas, basics like heat and hydro. Do you lower the rate across the board? Or income tax reductions to give families more money in their pockets and encourage job creation. All these options are on the table. We want to hear from North Bay families directly what's going to help them the most.
When will you make that decision then?
You made a commitment about the not increasing taxes. Now the Premier, as you know, has made commitments before on the health tax, for example, and of course there was a health tax. So how do people know that what comes out of your mouth is going to be true once you take office?
Well, people, you know, are skeptical of politicians because they've seen in Dalton McGuinty somebody who said he won't raise taxes, then he brought in the so-called health tax. And he said, well, I won't do it again, then he brought in the HST tax grab. So I understand people are cynical. I judge Dalton McGuinty by his record. He'll say he won't increase taxes, but you know he will. PCs and Vic Fedeli is part of the team. We'll give average families a break they deserve.